Today's video is all about HSAs, health savings accounts. This is a bonus video for you guys because I know a lot of people are looking to switch over their health insurance. So I wanted to create this video and cover what is an HSA, a health savings account, who qualifies for an HSA, how an HSA works, and how you fund an HSA. And I have a little secret for you about funding an HSA, which I bet you have not heard of, so make sure to watch this video until the very end. Also, I'm going to share a ton of benefits about health savings accounts, including the triple tax advantage. Plus, I'm going to share which HSA I have and why. I know there are a lot of people in the FIRE community, the Financial Independence Retire Early community, who do not have 9-to-5 jobs and are looking for health coverage, and they want to know the best way to go about getting health coverage. So I want to explain one option, which is the health savings account. I am Tiffany Thomas with wealthytiffany.com, and I achieved financial freedom at age 38. So if you are looking to achieve financial freedom at a young age as well, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button, and we're going to dive right in. All right, what is an HSA? What is a health savings account? Essentially, an HSA is a personal savings account that helps you get tax benefits, and it pays for your medical expenses. And just to be clear, a health savings account is different from an FSA, a flexible spending account, so don't mix those two up. We are just discussing the HSA, health savings account, today. Who qualifies to open and contribute to an HSA? Well, you need to have a high deductible health insurance plan, and that could be a downside to having an HSA. But if your medical expenses are relatively low anyway, then I would recommend going with a high deductible health insurance plan that is HSA qualified. Because, as we're going to talk about, there are a lot of benefits to setting up a health savings account. When you're looking for a health insurance plan, make sure that the plan says high deductible health plan, HSA qualified. You don't want just a high deductible health plan without the HSA qualified. If you do have the high deductible health plan, you cannot have any other health insurance coverage. You cannot be claimed as a dependent on someone else's tax return. You cannot be enrolled in Medicare or Medicaid, and you need to be under the age of 65. All right, how does an HSA work? Essentially, you set up your health savings account and you deposit money into that account, or if your employer has one, they can deposit money for you. And this is exciting. The amounts that you can contribute actually went up for 2021. So if you have a self-only HSA, you can contribute $3,600 each year. And if you have a family HSA, you can contribute up to $7,200 each year. And if you are 55 or older, you can contribute an extra $1,000 to play catch up. And this is a benefit that a lot of people don't know. You actually don't have just until the end of the year to contribute to your HSA. You have until the tax deadline of the following year. So if you wanted to still contribute to your 2021 HSA, you could contribute until April 15th of 2022. So that is pretty cool. If you feel like you are short on money at the end of the year, but you get a bonus in January, then you can take that bonus and put it in your HSA. Just make sure that you select the 2021 year instead of the 2022 year. And the money that you contribute is tax deductible. And we're going to talk about this a little bit later on. When making contributions into your HSA, you can use money that you have earned that year, or even money that you've earned in previous years that's just maybe sitting in your savings account. So you don't actually have to have taxable income for the year that you're contributing to your HSA. So if you took a year off from work and you just have money in your savings account, you can still contribute to your HSA, which is unlike when you are contributing to a Roth IRA. And another way that you can fund or contribute to your HSA, and this is the secret that I mentioned earlier, you can actually take money from your Roth IRA or your traditional IRA to fund your HSA. So this is really cool. It is a once in a lifetime, so you can't do this multiple times, so make sure you pick the right time to do it. But you can take that money and switch it over directly into your HSA. And of course, the same rules apply. You can't go over the contribution limit for that year. And if you are interested in doing this, I'm going to leave a link below in the description, which will cover this in more detail so that you can be sure you're doing it correctly. But I wanted to make sure and share this point with you because this is new to me. I only learned this earlier this year. Once you have that money contributed to your HSA and you want to start withdrawing that money, using it for medical expenses, usually the HSA has a debit card that you can use. I know the one that I signed up for has a debit card. They actually give you 3 free debit cards, which is pretty awesome. But you can use that debit card when you're actually making the purchase. And if you want to get reimbursed later, then you can use your own credit card or your own debit card to make that purchase, and then you can be reimbursed later from your HSA. And let's talk about some more benefits of the HSA. Unlike an FSA, a flex spending account, you can actually roll your money over each year with an HSA. So you do not have to take out that money you contributed each year and use it for your medical expenses. You can keep that money in there and keep contributing until you're ready to withdraw that money. And if you're never ready, you can actually leave it to someone else if you wanted to. There's no income limit on deducting your contributions, so you don't have to stay under making $100,000 a year or something like that. You can be making $1 million a year, and you can still deduct your contributions. Another benefit that some HSAs have is that you can actually invest that money inside your HSA in the stock market, which is really cool, and this is what I've chosen to do with my HSA. Your money's actually working for you because you can have it invested, which I love because I talk about this all the time. If you are leaving your money sitting in a savings account, you are not going to be able to become financially free. You will always have to work for the money instead of having your money work for you. So an HSA is just kind of another bonus if you are investing that money. And let's talk about the triple tax advantage benefit. Like I mentioned before, the money that you contribute, that you put into your HSA, is tax-free. You're not being taxed on that money. You can do it as a payroll deduction, or if you're self-employed, then you will just make sure and note that on your taxes. Just to give you an example, if you are in the 25% tax bracket and you contribute $7,100 to your HSA, then you can see a tax savings of about $1,775 in that year. So the first part of the triple tax advantage is getting that tax savings up front. The second part of the triple tax advantage is that it grows tax-free. So when you are withdrawing your money for medical expenses, it is actually growing tax-free in your account. And the third part of the triple tax advantage is when you have withdrawn that money for medical expenses, you are not paying taxes on that money. If you decide to withdraw that money later to get reimbursed later, make sure and keep all of your medical receipts so that you have proof that you actually spent money on medical expenses. And if you're thinking, well, I don't think an HSA would cover a lot of expenses, it actually covers a ton of expenses. Not only would it be your normal dentist visit or your eye doctor visit or your prescription, there are a ton of other things like contact solution or LASIK or reading glasses, bandages, or even in some cases a car rental. There are a ton of expenses that it applies to. I'm going to leave a link below in the description that will give you a more complete list of all the eligible medical expenses. Another benefit of a health savings account is that after age 65, withdrawals are taxed as if it was an IRA, so there are no penalties for withdrawing that money after age 65. This is an awesome benefit because if you were able to leave that money in there and invest it and have it grow over time, then at age 65 or over 65, you can start withdrawing that money and you're not going to have to pay a penalty, and you won't have to use it just for medical expenses. You'll just have to pay taxes on it, and you can use it on whatever you would like. And after age 65, you can actually use this money for Medicare premiums, which can run about $400 per month, and there's actually no taxes that will need to be paid if you're using it for that expense. Just as a side note, if you did want to withdraw your money before age 65 for non-medical expenses, there would be a 20% penalty for doing that, including paying taxes. As you can see, there are a ton of benefits to having an HSA if you do qualify for one. And now I want to talk about who I personally use. I have an HSA with Lively, and I will leave a referral link below if you do want to sign up for an account with them. And here's just a few reasons why I really like Lively. First off, they are completely free. When I was looking for an HSA, I looked at a ton of different ones and they all charge a monthly fee, but with Lively, there is no monthly fee, and plus there is no transfer fee, or even if you want to close your account, there's no fee for that. So the only fee I found, and this doesn't even apply if you're not going to utilize their management portfolio services. So if you have your money invested in the stock market with them, they have an option where people can manage that for you. So there is a fee for that management. But if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that you can manage your investments on your own, that it's not that hard. So when you are managing them on your own, there is absolutely no fee for that. And that's another reason I use them, is because they have that option to invest your money in the stock market. They use TD Ameritrade, so there's no cost associated with that part either. Plus, there's no minimum to get started investing, and you can select from individual stocks or ETFs or index funds. They have a ton of different options. And it's super easy to set up. You log into your Lively account first, and then just select that you want to set up an investment account to invest your money from your HSA, and then you just follow their simple steps to do that. Another reason I absolutely love Lively is because they have this option where you can upload a PDF or an image of your receipt for your medical expense, and then they keep track of all of that for you. So all you have to do is scan in your receipt or upload your receipt, and then you put in the amount. You can put in whatever notes you want to about that medical expense, and you put in the date, and then they keep track of all of those expenses. So you can see your running balance of the amount that you would have to be reimbursed whenever you wanted to. So you don't have to worry about keeping all of those receipts because it's done right inside of Lively. Also, if you decide not to invest your money inside of your HSA, if you just want to leave it sitting there so that you have quick access to it, then they do pay a little bit of interest on that money. And since interest rates have dropped drastically, I think it's just 0.01% right now. But if interest rates do rise over time, which I'm sure they will later, then I'm sure they will increase that amount because it was higher before. They're also FDIC insured, so you know your money is safe that way. I also like the fact they are completely paperless, so I am not keeping all of these papers I don't really need to be keeping. It's all electronic and you can see it all in your account. Those are some of the main benefits of Lively. It's completely free. You can invest your money with them, which is still free to do. They have that receipt uploader, which is amazing. And they have a really simple interface. Oh, and they have a mobile app if you like to do everything on your mobile phone. And just one last thing I want to mention about Lively, and this is just kind of a bonus, and maybe this won't apply to you, but I really like their articles that they publish on their blog. They send me a link to it each time, and that's actually how I found out that you could fund your HSA with an IRA is from them. So I've just found a lot of interesting articles that they publish on their blog. If you are looking for an HSA, I would recommend Lively because that is who I currently use and haven't had any problems with them whatsoever. So I will leave my referral link below in the description, and you can click on that and set up your free account. Tell me in the comments if you already have an HSA, or if you're going to set one up, or if you learned something new about HSAs in today's video. And if you did find this video helpful, please hit that like button and share it with someone else who wants to know more about health savings accounts. And please hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit the little bell to get notified on when I post new videos. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.